going on YouTube? Mr. Football here, and today we're going to be discussing what are the main differences between a youth football helmet and an adult helmet or a varsity level helmet. So the first thing that you need to determine is what level of football you're playing at. Are you playing on a youth football team, Pop Warner? You have to define that level of football, and you have to find the helmet that is recommended for that level of play. If you're playing on a varsity level, high school or above, you may want to look at, obviously, a varsity level helmet suited for an adult. There are clear differences between, a youth and a adult level helmet. There are many differences between. They're not the same helmet. You will find that, and in fact, these two helmets, when you go and you size a lot of players, especially at certain levels, like a youth player that fits into a medium will also, for the most part, fit into the counterpart adult medium as well. But the thing is these sizing charts, you have to be very careful about what you look at on here, because when you get into some of the youth helmets, they will start to get down in smaller in sizes because youth players have smaller heads. So the first thing that I recommend before you go out and purchase your helmet or get any advice on a helmet is to measure your head, the circumference of your forehead. And there's lots of videos out there about this, but that's the first step, is making sure that you have a helmet that fits your head properly. So when we look at a youth helmet, and I wanted to talk about the components of this helmet that makes it what it is, but also comparing it to a very similar varsity level helmet. So the two helmets I have here with me today are the Riddell Revo Edge and a Riddell Speed. So these helmets have been around for a while. This one has actually been repurposed and changed into the Riddell Speed Classic for youth. So it is a little bit different the way they've classified it. It's fundamentally the same. They've made some differences, and we'll have to talk about that one another time. But looking at these two helmets, they are very similar in overall shape of the helmet. I mean, they have the Riddell Speed design. Obviously, as you look at these helmets, you will find that they are very similar. If I hadn't have told you which one it was, you would have to know a little bit about these helmets to tell the difference. So these helmets, these youth helmets, are very common, and you may find this exact helmet out there in an Academy Sports or a Dick's Sporting Goods that has the white shell with a gray face mask. That's a very common youth football helmet style, white with gray. It's very common. You might also find black as well, black helmets. That's also a very common one. But how would you actually know the difference between youth and an adult? Obviously, the packaging and the websites that you buy it from would tell you exactly. And I always recommend buying your helmet brand new and not getting them getting them from somebody else on eBay. That's just not a good practice to do. But if we look at these helmets side by side, most of the components and the parts that are in both of these helmets can be interchangeable. The first thing that we'll talk about is the face mask. So the face mask on this one is just your simple, it goes on any Riddell Speed, whether it was an adult or a youth. There's no size difference between these. And what's actually funny is the face mask that I have on here, I swapped this out because this helmet had like a big grill on it when I bought it. And I changed this one because this face mask actually came from a youth helmet that I purchased. It might have actually been, it wasn't this one, but it was another one that I had. And like I said, that was a specific helmet. So the face masks really don't make a difference. Like if you find a face mask that you like, you can put it on your youth helmet. If you find, for the most part, we're not going to really see youth face masks. They're all going to fit the same. So that's what's great about Riddell, and they make specific face masks. Now, there are a couple of face masks that go, and I'll need to show you guys some examples of this in a later video, but there are some face masks that are strictly for youth or small helmets. So we'll have to talk about that another time. One thing to kind of mention as well is the components are going to be very different. If you take a look on the inside of this youth helmet, this is, like I said, this is comparable to the Speed Classic that they have out right now for youth. That's, I think, $170. So this one, you're going to notice, is different from the one like this. So as you can see, there are some clear differences between both of these helmets from the inside. Now, what I will say is I talked kind of about the sizing a little bit. That sizing becomes a big important thing when you go and size your helmet. This one is a large. This is a adult large varsity helmet. I fit into a large. I've always fit in a large helmet. And when I put this on, this was just a helmet I bought a few years ago. I knew the large would fit me. I really got it for videos here on the channel, for the purpose of that. But it fits me, okay? Now, I also have another helmet down here on the floor. This is the exact same helmet as this one, same style. They're just youth helmets. This one has 30 on the side is a medium, and this one is a number 75 here is a large. So, like I said, same components as the first white helmet we've had here. This is a large, and I don't want to go any past that. This isn't for me. Like, if I wanted to go play football right now, like say I play on a semi-pro team, I wouldn't want to get this helmet. This helmet is not rated for the style of football that I would be playing. Now, if I was a youth player or even a 7th grade, junior high player, this would be okay. But a helmet that is meant for someone playing varsity football and above, that person needs to have a helmet that is rated for them, okay? So this is why this helmet is okay for me and the other one isn't. As far as chin straps go, chin straps can kind of vary. Some of the youth ones are going to have a smaller cup on them. Some of the other ones are going to have a little bit larger. But for the most part, the Riddell ones really don't have any issues. All of the buckles and stuff are all the same. The components are going to be a little different on each one of these helmets, and it really just depends on the helmet brand. For instance, this is the Speed style, but it does not have the Speed components that the varsity level Speed does that we have over here. It doesn't have quick release clips. Okay, this one does. Just some key differences there in those helmets. The chin strap setup is exactly the same. All right, you got 2 points on top, just like this one. This is the final point that I want to make. Both of these helmets, even though they look the same and have many things that are very similar in characteristics of each other, the one thing that sets these apart is the helmet shell. The helmet shell on both of these is made of a different material. Okay, on the youth, it is made of ABS plastic. Okay, this is a polycarbonate material. It is a different material. So these helmets are made of different stuff. The polycarbonate is meant for someone playing at a higher speed of football. This one, as far as the youth level, is meant for a person playing at the youth level where contact isn't as violent or isn't as fast. So there's a lot of things to kind of consider here about helmets. I hope this video was informative to you guys. I just wanted to kind of get some stuff out there about helmets. I wanted to talk about the differences between youth and varsity level helmets. I think there's a lot of misconceptions that you can go out there and read. But make sure, if you learned anything from this video, make sure that you measure your head and get the helmet that you need for you, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to check out my social media links down below. Check out my Instagram page. Follow me on there. Check out our Discord, our private Discord where you can ask questions, as well as my sideline swap where I have football gear for sale. I have chin straps and some little helmet accessories on there you might want to check out. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Mr. Football out.